Hello and welcome to another episode of WhiskefyTV. I'm your host Jez and this is episode 107, I believe. It says on the paper we're all good. So as you may notice, straight off the bat, I don't have my headphones in. Now, tell you why. For some reason they've gone dead, even though they've been on charge for about 3 days. It's very wild, so I'll probably talk louder. You guys probably have to turn down your volume. Yeah. Big day at the shop today. But we will press on because it is Whiskey Wednesday and I'm very excited because this week we will be sampling the bottle of Signal Hill. It was part of my Burger Hype post I did, what day was it? Monday? Tuesday? Tuesday. All these days blur into one. That's what happens. Now, what can I tell you about this? Signal Hill Canadian Whiskey. Oh, wait, pop. Oh, that's a good pop. I think it's like I don't even know what kind of cork it is. So it's not a cork, it might be rubber, but it doesn't kind of feel like rubber. Who knows? Cheeky little pour. In case you guys are wondering, it's been 2 episodes since the last spill. So weird fact Dave asked me to start putting in. I'm not going to count that as a spill, because it kind of dribbled off the end there. Now, as I said, 80 proof, 40% ABV. It's white oak cask, so typical for bourbon. The batches run anywhere between 3 to 5 years old. Depends on the juice. 90 to 100 bucks Aussie, 35 bucks US. Mash bill is undisclosed, but it runs a corn and malted barley kind of vibe there. I had a tasting note earlier that I forgot to write down, but I will quickly write it down, but that's just boring back end stuff. And I think Cass is home as well, because I just heard the car and Cleo move, so it's all exciting, it's all happening. So in case you guys are wondering, Signal Hill is made from corn, which is double distilled through 2 column stills, and barley, which is distilled in a pot still. These distillates are aged in separate barrels and then brought together for blending and then bottling in the St Johns Newfoundland distillery in Canada. Typical for scotches as well. I don't know if you guys know this, but like there is a bit of caramel added to kind of like balance out the blend. I know that it is on record that Dalmore add colour to theirs. I don't know if it's caramel, but they add a level of additive to kind of bring it up. Same thing that happens just for the batching process to make it all look the same. I'm not a fan, but I'm a purist. I like the barrel. It's good stuff. Now, let's press on with the review because we're doing good for time. It normally takes me about 7 minutes to get to this point, but for some reason, it's only taking me 3 minutes. I didn't obviously, 3 minutes and 40 seconds. I didn't have a lot written down this time, so not really much to talk about. It comes with this cool little neck tag too. There's not really much going on here. It kind of just runs everything into a easy to understand process, and it gives you a little recipe tag there as well. So if you guys want to make Manhattans, I'll leave that there for a quick second so you guys can work it out. Yeah, you guys are pretty smart. You'll work it out. Now, let's kick off. For the Jesus, it's not a good start. So on the nose, there is plenty of pine and there's plenty of fresh green oak. As I did say, there was this caramel colouring added. I did get that on the initial tasting notes, but this kind of like pine forest, green oak has kind of just messed everything up. So that's why it kind of pasted it. It's like mint there as well. Like a peppermint. Yeah, peppermint as well. I didn't get that. like a, say, Wrigley's Peppermint Chewy. Hopefully you guys get that. I'm going to write that down quickly because that is good stuff. It's not really much of a spearmint, but like, you know, you pick up that blue one accidentally from Woolies or something and it's like, blows you away. Not in a good way. Now, for the taste. So it's low viscosity, a little bit of spice, just working. So at the front of the tongue and down the sides, it is a Canadian whiskey. So I was going to be hoping it'd be a little bit more rye-like, and that normally gives you like a good palate coating like the Whistle Pig does, but it doesn't. It's very close to bourbon, so very similar. But it's got this weird flavor to it, unless it's like too young, but I'll probably just add that in my topical notes at the end. And just for the finish here as well, so since there's like, it's 40%, making it 60% of this is water, it goes down very easy. It may not for someone that isn't, I'm not gonna say I'm well trained, but someone that isn't used to, I'll start over because I confused myself. This would go down easy for me because I like drinking the 64% stuff. So, but something that's a little bit younger and someone kind of going to this for the first time, it might be a bit, how you going? For the finish, because I got distracted, it's got this kind of lime zest note. It's very prominent. It's kind of like one of the only tasting notes I got out of it is just super lime, zesty. I don't know why. It's almost off-putting. I don't know how I feel about it. There's a little bit of spice in there as well, but it's about it. It's interesting because it's no rye, but it's kind of like a, I don't even know how to describe this spice. It's not even spice, it's more like heat, but it's not really much of a Kentucky hug heat. It's, yeah, it's not easy to, it is easy to explain, but to convey that to, you guys get it. We're at 8 minutes 20 anyway, so we'll press on. Now, onto the bye-bye or pass. So I'm sure you guys know how this is going to go, and I know how it's going to go, but we will get there in the end. So on the nose, it is very one-dimensional. It's like pine, green oak, a little bit of caramel, and that peppermint in there as well that I didn't get on the first time, got it on the second time. Yeah, it's actually more than what I thought it was going to be, but it's all around the same kind of note where it's very fresh, walking through a pine forest. It'll take you there, but it's very lackluster. Second one is, it's very short finish, very basic. As I said, it was just lime zest. If you want lime zest, you really love lime zest, you're eating like Mexican, you're like, I could really go with like a little bit of lime on here, maybe pour one of these. I'm surely not. I'm gonna go grab something else. And the third one, it's just that interesting lime note. What can I say? If you love lime zest, go for it. But for me, it is going to be a pass. No thank you. I'm not going to drop another, I think I paid $95 for it. So I'm like, meh. I'm sure someone will get this as a Christmas present, just like sample it out and go, hey, I love you, Nana. There you go. Have this. No, I love Nan. Nan's great. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. I know this one isn't probably one of my best, but you know, we got there in the end. So thank you guys so much for watching. Everyone that has recently jumped over, I appreciate it. Everyone that's in the Discord as well, love you all. Hopefully everyone has a fantastic Whiskey Wednesday. I'm Jez. Stay thirsty. Peace.